Hello, I'm Heather McDaniel. I'm the pastoral intern at Alive Covenant this year, and I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to our new family discipleship curriculum for this year. And this curriculum was created as a response to the coronavirus crisis. That we're not able to meet together as a church body, as house churches physically most of the time. And that means that even though we can do Zoom church, it really leaves the kids out. Kids are not great with doing Zoom a lot. I don't think they get a lot out of Zoom church. And we wanted to provide families with something so that they can learn together as a family, which whether there's coronavirus or not, I think is an incredible way that kids learn faith, and is one of the foundational ways that they grow in their faith. So we're hoping to provide you with resources that as a family you can learn together about God's story, this grand big story that's woven throughout the universe, and woven throughout the Bible. It's a story of wonder and brokenness and hope and redemption. And all good stories throughout time kind of share in the reality of this story, because this is the foundational story that I think informs all others. It's a story that we live in. It's a story that speaks to our hearts because it speaks to reality. And it is a story that is strong and robust enough to hold our own stories, of joy, of suffering, of struggling, of unexpected grace, of redemption, of hope. So the hope is that as you learn this story together, it will stick with your kids as they grow older. That both you and your children and your family as a whole is going to be able to kind of live into this story, to see the way that your own lives kind of fit into this and be strengthened by that. And also, as you hear other Bible stories throughout your lives, that your kids will be able to fit these Bible stories into this grand biblical narrative, and kind of see where they fit into this big story of God's love for us, and our own relationship with God. So this curriculum is not meant to be a big burden on you. It's meant to be really flexible. Each week we'll be providing you with a single page document that tells you about the chapter of the story that you'll be discussing as a family that week, as well as readings that you can do, questions that you can ask, discuss together, and activities that you can do. And it's meant to be really flexible. So the readings given, they're readings from the Children's Storybook Bible, which are for, this is a Bible which is for all ages, but is, I think, really targeted for preschool through elementary. But I've met many adults who were really incredibly touched and moved by what's in here. So there are readings from that every week. There are also readings just from a regular Bible, any translation that you want. These are the kids' Bibles we have at Alive that we can get to you, but any Bible would work. And then there are also suggested Psalms from this book each week. And this book is just meant to be a flexible resource for you, both to maybe read the readings that are assigned per week, but just to use in your own journey as a family. The Psalms are the prayer book of the church. They were the prayer book of the nation of Israel. They were ways that people expressed every emotion imaginable to God, whether positive emotion like joy or happiness or gratitude, or really hard emotion like anger or fear or guilt. They expressed them without shame, and God was witness to that emotion, a safe witness who responded. So hopefully this book can help your kids express emotions that they feel, whether fear or anger or joy or gratitude, and a place to give words to what they're feeling, and to be able to express it to God. I love that this book really expresses and captures some of those harder emotions like fear, guilt, anxiousness, and gives the kids words to express them to God. I wanted to also encourage you to not just use the questions that I give you, but to use your own questions and sense of wonder. So if you do a reading, not to just start off with the written questions that are provided, but to just first ask, what do you wonder about what you just heard? What questions do you have? And then also talk about what you wonder. You don't have to be the expert and you don't have to know the answer to all your kids' questions and wonderings. I think as you honestly express your own wonderings, that's what your kids are going to remember. And one more thing is that this curriculum is meant to be flexible as far as time and place. So maybe you might want to choose 2 or 3 nights a week, have a more formal devotion time as a family, light a candle, sit around. Maybe you just want to introduce it in little bits and pieces during meals together or other times when you're together as a family naturally. I'm hoping that the chapter of the week is something that will permeate your conversation throughout. So as you're out and about and something makes you think of what you've been talking about that chapter of the week, you can bring it up and say, that reminds me of that Bible reading we did or what we were talking about. Or this is something that happened today that made me think about how God's image is in another person, even when they're annoying me, and I need to treat them with respect. So just, anything throughout the week to make it a part of your daily life. And I hope we give you those resources. So just to reiterate, every week we'll be posting on the website the 1-page summary of the chapter for that week, the readings, questions, activities as a family. I'm also going to post a video like this one that gives you as adults an overview of the chapter for that week, just so you can have a little more information yourselves to share with your kids. So those will be posted on the website under the Children's tab. Also, if you'd like to get them emailed to you, let me know and I can make sure you get on a list so you get those emails every week. Oh, I really do hope and pray that this helps you as a family have resources to grow together in faith and to kind of live this story together and bring you closer into God. And let me know if you have any questions. Email me, call me. I hope to be able to help you in any way I can. Goodbye.